Montgomery High School has taken the 8-minute drive down Great Road and Route 610 to take on Stuart Country Day School here in this non-conference matchup as the Tartans take on the Cougars here in Princeton, New Jersey. Alongside Tom Monfiletto, I'm Matt Nelson, and Tom, well, Montgomery's got their hands full against a Stuart team who has exceeded expectations for head coach Justin Leith.
Yeah, and Coach Leith has done a phenomenal job here at the helm. His first year here, everybody excited to have him here. He's also the athletic director, and he's led this Stuart team to a solid 11-11 start. Well, maybe not start, but run here this season as they go into the Mercer County tournament this weekend. So this is a good matchup for them against a local opponent, and it should be a good one.
Stuart right now going to be the number 9 seed when they take on Robbinsville in the MCT tomorrow in the 8-9 matchup. But first, it's a non-conference game here against Montgomery and the Cougars. And their star player, a forward and center in Cameron Benz, number 3. You're going to be hearing her name a lot throughout this afternoon. Montgomery in their road green with the yellow numbers. Stuart in the home white with the green numbers. It'll be Benz and Neka O to take the tip at center court, and Stuart wins the opening tip-off. We're underway here at Stuart Country Day School. Guzman controls it, has her pass deflected by Benz, and here comes Montgomery the other way. It's Allison Geary. The easy layup is no good, but Montgomery picks up their own rebound. Benz looks to reset, fires near the corner for Zoe Ayub, number 1. That's A-Y-U-B, as we have a whistle. As the referee goes over to Ayub just to give her a few words, and Montgomery will obtain possession 29 seconds in.
I'm not sure if a foul was called there, or maybe there was an equipment malfunction, not really sure, but Montgomery keeps it.
Dana Schultz, number 11, guarded heavily by Kate Walsh, the field hockey standout for the Tartans. Geary for 2, and her 14-footer goes in and out, rebounded by O. Still no score as we approach the 1-minute mark as Benz off the steal from O and lays it up and in for her first points of the game. Cameron Benz, the 6'3 junior, comes in averaging just under 17.5 points per game. As the pass intended for Kate Walsh goes out of bounds, and Montgomery will retain possession yet again. Stuart with the full court press. This is something they're probably going to be doing all game long as Harlan Bell makes the interception. Guzman gives it over to Virginia Phlen. That's spelled P-H-L-E-N. Guzman has it. Dribbles around, shoots a long 2, and it's rebounded nearly by O, but tipped and won back out by Ayub. Outlet pass to Geary. Inside to Schultz. Her shot is blocked by Walsh. It's Schultz again. Her shot no good, rebounded by O. 2-0 the score. Stuart on top about 2 minutes into this one. Little miscommunication there as Bell was looking for Walsh down low. It'll be another turnover for the Tartans. Again, Stuart in the full court press as Benz works it past the timeline. Here's a 2 from Geary. Rebounded by Benz, her shot blocked by O, one back out by Geary. Out to Schultz, who finds Ayub in the paint. Benz for 3. Oh, baby. Cameron Benz with her first triple of the game, and it's a 5-0 Cougars lead.
And Benz, I don't think you did mention it, 21 points from 1,000 points for her career. So that 3 makes it 18 until she gets it. So we'll see if that milestone is achieved.
She actually has all 5 points for Montgomery, so give her 16 array from the quadruple numbers. As this ball rolls right to our press box and right to my shoe. And Stuart will retain it with about 5.5 to go here in the first quarter. Cameron Benz getting a lot of attention from a lot of mid-major Division I schools throughout the Northeast, as Kate Walsh's shot is no good, but we have a whistle and a foul.
Good take by Walsh, a good strong take. Unable to finish, but now she has 2 free throws. Try to get on the board here for the Tartans.
Carolyn Heddy commits the foul, her first, team's first. Kate Walsh at the line, the junior, who has now made 29 free throws this season and puts the Tartans on the board.
We were able to talk to Justin Leith before the game a little bit, Matt, and he said that he thought Montgomery's record was a little bit deceiving. You only see 4 wins there in the record books, but a very, very solid team. He saw them play against a really tough Rutgers prep team, and he thought they looked pretty darn good. So he is seeing how good this Montgomery Cougar team can be.
Benz has it with a little cross-court pass. They work it around eventually to Geary, who works it inside for Heddy. Heddy's shot, no good. And Montgomery wins the points back.
It's Morgan Benz once again, and she is proving to be a force underneath.
At the other end, it's Guzman to number 31, Flynn, the freshman, who comes in just averaging a point per game. She's now exceeded that career high. That season high, rather. It's 7 of 4, and Montgomery out top. Benz has it at the top of the arc. Works it around to Gary. Gary, who's dangerous from 3, misses, and Benz wins out the rebound. Gary again from 3-point range. She'll give it inside to Schultz, who misses from about 10 feet out. And it's rebounded by Harlan Bell. .4:10 to go here in the first as Benz intercepts a pass intended for Kate Walsh. Halfway through the first quarter, still a 3-point lead for the Cougars. Gary for 3, and this one hits off the top of the backboard and rebounded by O. We'll have a whistle and apparently a substitution as Neka O checks out of the game. Maddie Michaels, number 14, checks back in. The freshman comes in just averaging under 2.5 points a game. And again, Harlan Bell's pass intended for Kate Walsh goes out of play, but it was off a Cougar as the Tartans retain possession with 3:39 to play. And Benz intercepts the pass. Benz dribbles, kicks it inside. A great pass intended for Camila Aguilar, who lays it up and in for her first points of the game. Montgomery, another interception. Benz, this time it's Geary who lays it in for 2.
Montgomery is serving Stuart quite the wake-up call here with their energy and tenacity here early in the first quarter.
A Kate Walsh miss is rebounded by Ayub as the Cougars bring it across the timeline. Ayub dribbles into the paint, scoop shot up and in. What a beautiful shot by Zoe Ayub, who comes in averaging under 6.5 points per game. And at the other end, Kate Walsh responds with a 2 of her own as the Tartans trail by 7. Another pass intercepted. This time it's Michaels. Michaels' shot doesn't count. It goes below the net when we have a whistle.
Going to take a look at that up and under from Ayub a little bit earlier. This is a really nice and athletic play. Nice little Euro step and then a kiss off the glass with the spin. Very impressive.
Ayub is also committed for the foul, her first, team second. And Michaels knocks down the first free throw. For Michaels, that's her 7th made free throw of the season. 1 more for her. And this one's short. You notice Michaels actually took a little hop. You're technically not supposed to do that at the foul line, Tom.
No, I think you can hop as long as you don't cross the line.
The rules may be different from high school than college. We're under 2.5 to go here in the first quarter. It's a 6-point lead for Montgomery as Ayoub takes a 2 and buries it. Zoe Ayoub has the last 4 points for Montgomery, and they extend their lead to 8. 2:10 to play here in the first quarter. Guzman, the outlet pass intended for Flynn, tipped by Michaels and out of bounds.
So far, the press for both schools working extremely well. Both defenses very, very aggressive and able to create a ton of turnovers.
Speaking of turnovers, Guzman creates one and has her shot blocked by Cameron Benz. Benz with the right hand puts that one with authority. It'll be Stuart ball as Guzman will intercept from baseline left. Pass immediately to O, who lays it in for 2. Neka O checks in, averaging 6.6 points per game. She just got her first bucket. And the shot by Dana Schultes is no good. We have a whistle. Her shot went off the glass. It'll be a jump ball here.
We're going to take a look at that block once again from Benz. Big time play on the other end.
Geary to inbound from baseline left. He finds Ayoub in the corner, swings it out. Eventually they will get it back to Geary for 3. And this one is off the mark, and Benz wins out the rebound. She comes in averaging exactly 8 of those per game. Schultes defended heavily by Stuart. That time it was Guzman who intercepted the pass. 1:15 to go here in the first quarter. Rose Tetnowski, number 4, in the game for the first time. Oh, kicks it back out. Bell feeds it inside for Michaels. Back out to Bell. Her shot fake goes to Guzman. Under a minute to play here in the first. Pass nearly intercepted. Tetnowski for 2. Her shot a bit long. Michaels, the shot blocked by Schultes. Geary at the other end receives the outlet pass and lays it up and in for 2.
Good awareness by Benz to find Geary on the other end and a good finish.
We're under 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's an 8-point lead for the Cougars, looking for just their 5th win this season out of Somerset County. And the shot by Bell rims in and out. Oh, with the attempt at the second chance point. She'll have to earn it at the line. The foul's going to go against Dana Schultes. And we take a look at this play.
Good rebound by Mecca underneath. Drawing the foul. Now the opportunity. 2 shots cut into this deficit.
Neko has made 16 free throws this season. That bucket gives her 17 for 2014-15. Caroline Henny checks back into the contest for Montgomery. Schultes takes a seat as O goes 2 for 2. 17-11, under 30 seconds left in the first. Ayoub to Geary. Geary for a long 2 from about 14 feet out. Number 14 lays it in.
Geary's got 6.
She's on fire here. Bell's shot no good. Rebounded by Michaels. Back out to Bell. 5 seconds to shoot. Tetnowski swings it out. Guzman. This'll count. No good. And that'll do it for the end of the first quarter. A 19-11 first quarter run by Montgomery. It's all thanks to Allison Geary and Cameron Benz.
Big time first quarter by Montgomery. I think it was their defense that was probably the biggest factor there, causing a ton of turnovers and creating some opportunities in transition. Stuart doing a nice job at the end of the quarter to get back into this lead, but still down 8. This is a really good start to the game for Montgomery. I think Stuart is getting a little bit more than they thought, than they bargained for here in this game. But still good defense by Stuart as well. I think one of Stuart's strengths in this first quarter was their full court press and their ability to create turnovers as well.
And we saw that early on, Tom, but as Montgomery kept on getting those shots to fall, it looked like Stuart pulled back on that full court press a little bit.
It did, and it was just a slight adjustment here. As you see Justin Leith talking to his squad. Justin Leith in his first year, as we said, played his basketball at Merrimack College, went on to play professionally for over 4 years, in Europe, Asia, Central and South America. He had some tryouts with the New Jersey Nets. Had over 1,500 points in college, over 700 rebounds, three-time all-conference selection. So he had a tremendous basketball career. Played right across the street at PDS in high school and was a standout star there, him along with his brother Dylan. Dylan, who went on to play football at college in New Jersey. But Justin, somebody I've known for a very long time. He was the strength and conditioning coach over at Petty as well for some time. And I don't know if you could see him here on camera. His physique is just absolutely outstanding. So
it's about 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, so it shouldn't surprise you that he was a strength coach at one day. But he is getting this Stuart team back on track, looking for another run at a state championship, Mercer County championship. I don't think that's very far away with him at the helm.
We're underway here in the second quarter as another turnover is intercepted by Caroline Hetty of Montgomery. Benz inside, kicks it out. Schultes back to Benz. Ayub fakes a three, she goes to Geary. Schultes for two, off the glass, no good. We get a rebound and a traveling violation on Harlan Bell. The Tartans just 1 day away from opening up play in the MCT. They will play at 8-seeded Robbinsville tomorrow night as Benz drains the three, her second of the day.
And we are really treated to some great basketball here from Cameron Benz. She is very impressive in this start to the game.
13 points away from 1,000 in her career. Oh, gets the ball. Excellent defense, I believe. That was from Hetty. And Hetty gets called for the foul. Her second. And if my math serves me correct, that's the team's fourth. Bell for a long two, and it's rebounded by Hetty. Ayub the other way, and she double dribbled. Ayub can't believe it as she claps her hands in frustration. This Montgomery team has been playing much better of late. Coming off a 55-41 win at Mount St. Mary just 1 day ago. And they lead by 11 with 6:47 left. Benz off the steal. In transition, she goes to Geary, and Geary took too many steps. Traveling violation on Allison Geary, who comes in averaging just over 9.5 points per game. Guzman guard heavily by Ayub. Flynn out to Bell. Maddie Michaels drains the long two near the baseline.
Big time shot from Michaels. Stuart has been able to get those outside looks, hasn't been able to convert until just then. Big shot by Michaels.
Geary trying to answer back with a three, no good. The rebound offensively by Carolina Hetty, but she stepped out of bounds, and Stuart retains possession with 6:09 left in the first half. Guzman across the timeline, tries to find Kate Walsh, and in doing so, the ball goes out of play, and Montgomery retains possession. Cameron Benz getting up a lot of looks from local D1 schools. Has the shot attempt by Schultes is missed, and she got the last touch. Benz has had a lot of head coaches come to her school from schools such as Cornell, Bucknell, nearby Ryder and Lawrenceville. As Ayub goes for the loose ball, gets it out to Geary. Geary, it's fouled in transition by Michaels.
We're going to take a look at the three from Cameron Benz after this free throw.
It's actually Geary at the line. And Geary makes her 10th free throw of the season. One more for Geary. And she goes 2 for 2. First free throws of the game for Montgomery, as Harlan Bell checks back in for Maddie Michaels. Now Montgomery using the full court press. A near steal by Geary. This time it's Hetty. Hetty. Not sure if you would have counted that shot, but the foul's going to go against Guzman. Should be her first. As she ties her shoe and gets back into action. This is Hetty shooting 2.
All right, this timeout is going to give us an opportunity to take a look at the correct play here. We want to take a look at that 3 from Benz just a minute ago here. Just straight from the inbound, wide open, squares it up and knocks it down. And we've seen her versatility here today. She can play down low, she can stretch it out outside, and she can shoot. She can defend, bring the ball down the court. She is very multi-talented. As we'll take a look at that outside shot from Michaels to cut into this deficit from this was just right after that shot. It was a big time shot from Michaels, a great catch and shoot with the man in her face, and knocks it down for Stuart. And those are the kind of looks they're going to need to get. They want to come back from this 12-point deficit.
So out of the timeout, Montgomery's Carolina Hetty will head back to the free throw line, shooting the second of 2.
Stuart just needs to be a little bit more careful with the basketball, Matt. A little bit too turnover heavy here in the first half.
And Hetty is a perfect 2 for 2 at the line. Give her 10 free throws made on the season for the 5'9" sophomore. Bell, they got to get it across, and they avoid the 10-second violation. Oh, gets it inside, turns around, shoots. Her shot off the bottom of the rim. Geary in transition. She finds Hetty, whose shot goes in, out, and then back in for 2. Caroline Hetty starting to heat up with 4 points early on as the Cougars lead by 15 with under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Turnaround by Walsh. Her shot misses, and the rebound won out by Schultes. Aya brings it across the timeline. Finds Geary near the wing. Works it inside for Benz. Her shot no good and a foul.
Going to get Guzman on that foul. Didn't see too much contact there. Benz is going to... I think this is a 1-and-1 opportunity here. No, it's not.
Ben's now 9 points away from 1,000. One more to make her 8 away from quadruple digits. And it's no good, but do give her 78 free throws made for the season. And the pass intended from Guzman, kicked by Ayub, and Stuart will retain possession with 4:26 to go, first half. Kate Walsh up top, guarded in the mismatch by Ayub. Michaels out to Guzman. They gotta go to Bell, keeping them on the far wing. Walsh out to Bell. A lot of passing going on from Stuart here as they feed it inside to Walsh. Walsh turns around, her shot deflected by Benz. And here comes Ayub the other way for the Cougars. Geary back out to Benz. Ayub with a shot fake, getting it inside. It's Schultes. Now Geary steps back for 2. Her shot is short. And the rebound is won out by Harlan Bell. We get a whistle and a timeout by Coach Justin Leith.
Justin Leeds is going to make sure these offensive possessions are not wasted. They can draw up some plays here to get some people open and get good looks inside, because Stuart needs to be able to take advantage of every offensive possession, every offensive opportunity that they have.
A 16-point lead for the Cougars, looking for their first winning streak of the season, I should say. 4 wins coming in, including a win yesterday at Mount St. Mary. They also beat Hun on the road.
See, that's what we mean by their record is deceiving, because we've seen Hun play, and we've seen some of the talent that they have, Janelle Mullen and Amber Burke. They've been able to light up the scoreboard. For Montgomery to beat them, that's a good win. That's a good, solid win. This is a very well-coached and well-seasoned team. Just haven't had too many breaks. Had some injuries earlier in the year, and now we're seeing them that they're pretty much healthy, and we're seeing what they're capable of here today.
Gary intercepts a pass. Ayub turns around, feeds it back out. A lot of passing going on from Montgomery. They try to go to Hetty, whose shot is no good and out of play. So an opportunity misplayed right there by Montgomery off the steal by Allison Geary. Now Montgomery with the full court press with 3:10 left first half. Bell looking for Michaels. Instead, she'll go to Guzman. Number of multi-sport athletes on this Tartans basketball team, including a number of players who we saw earlier this year in the Senior Day field hockey game. Necka gets it out to Michaels, long 2, in and out, rebounded by O. Her shot no good, rebounded by Walsh. Third chance, fourth chance, and O's shot takes the friendly bounce and goes in for 2.
And that's how Stewart's going to get back into this game, crashing the boards. Second chance, third chance, fourth chance opportunities offensively.
Short jumper by Dana Schultes falls in.
And that's what's going to make it more difficult for them to get back into the game if they can't get stops defensively.
16-point lead for the Cougars as Benz intercepts the pass. Ayub to Geary near the corner, who nearly lost the ball. Ayub double team, somehow got it out to Geary. Benz trying to get her own, the own miss from Schultes. Ayub inside, Geary in the wing. Geary for 2, yes. Allison Geary has been lining it up from long range, whether it's a long 2 or a 3. Give her 10 points in this one. Ayub with another steal. Geary trying to work it back out to Benz. We get a whistle and a player down for Montgomery.
We have a quick injury timeout here as we're going to take a look at Ayub.
So Ayub down on the ground. She got on the hardwood very hard, Tom.
Yeah, but she has been all over the place. This full court press for Montgomery has been extremely effective, and she's been pretty much the reason why. Standing in the center at about half court, just kind of reading it like a safety in football. She's been able to either get in the way of passes, deflect passes, or intercept them and create a ton of turnovers and transition opportunities for Montgomery. So if she is unable to come back in this game, that could be a huge hit for the Cougars, but it looks like she's going to be able to continue to play.
And that's a good sign for Montgomery. So Jaja Ayub, or she is referred to mostly as Zoe, the point guard for this team, who has become a big-time defensively in this one. Geary finds Benz inside. Benz with the layup, and now she's 6 away from 1,000. Cameron Benz with her second 2 of the game. It's a 20-point lead for the Cougars. A traveling violation against Stuart. 1:18 to go, first half. Cameron Benz potentially going to receive some offers when she becomes a senior in just a few short months. A lot of coaches have come out to the Montgomery home games to check her out. Walsh to Guzman as we see the passing start to happen again for the Tartans. Guzman knocks down a 3 off the glass, and she never even called it.
A big time steal right here. Guzman once again. 5 big points from Guzman.
Geary in transition to Schultes, who misses the easy layup. 40 seconds left in the first half.
Stuart can get it down to 10. They'll be in good shape going into the half.
They need a miracle to do that, as Aguilar comes up with the Guzman miss. 25 seconds left. Benz drives, kicks it out to Geary. Schultes, 14 to shoot. Benz turns around, guarded heavily by Bell. It's Geary, off the screen from Benz. She gets it back to Benz. Benz, little floater, and she's now 4 points away from 1,000. And that'll do it for the end of the first half. Cameron Benz coming up huge in the final moments. And the Cougars will head to the locker room with a 37-20 lead. We'll take a short break. Montgomery with a big lead. Stuart with a lot of work to do. You're watching Stuart Girls Basketball on Strive TV. Back here at Princeton, where Stuart has a lot of work to do against Montgomery, down 37-20 here inside the Frisco Athletic Center here on the campus of Stuart Country Day School. Along with Tom Monfiletto, I'm Matt Nelson. Tom, Stuart has a lot of work to do in trying to guard Cameron Benz, who's 5 points away from 1,000 in her career, as well as Allison Geary.
Yeah, well, what they really need to do is find a way to break Montgomery's press. All the good things that have happened to Montgomery in transition offensively have come from their full court press, and Stuart has yet to find a cure for it. So that's something that needs to be addressed here in the second half. They need to come back in this game.
We're underway here in the second half as Montgomery goes from right to left. Shot fake by Caroline Hetty. Her shot no good. Offensive rebound by Benz. Allison Geary has it, goes back to Betty. Zoe Ayoub, who was injured in the latter minutes of the first half, is back in the game. Baseline dribble from Geary. Benz with a cross-court pass to Hetty. In and out, rebounded by Neka Onakruga. Stuart the other way, working from left to right in their home white. Guzman dribbles inside to Onakruga, and her shot is rebounded by Dana Schultes. Geary on the drive the other way, her shot blocked, and we have a whistle and a turnover against Montgomery.
Big time block by Onakruga. Big time presence underneath. That'll be great for Stuart to be able to chip into this lead.
And Ayoub steals the dribble from Guzman. Ayoub with the layup. It's short. Rebounded by Benz. She gets it right back. And now the Cougars have to reset. Ayoub drives, kicks out to Hetty, who misses her shot, and it's rebounded by Onakruga. Ayoub, another interception. This time it's from Flynn. Geary off the glass, and it's rebounded by Walsh. Couple of good looks from the Cougars, but nothing doing early on as we are about a minute and 50 seconds into the second half. Guzman to Bell. She was trying to find Onakruga down low and threw it out of play. Stuart will retain possession. And Stuart will retain possession again. Bell to inbound. Inside to Tetnowski. Hasn't seen a lot of playing time early on, but she's back in the game. First time in this half. A long shot from Guzman goes off, goes a little long, but Walsh is able to pick up the miss. Hetty out to Benz. Schultes with a shot fake. Hetty wide open. She'll go for two and miss the shot. Walsh picks up the loose rebound. Guzman finds Walsh, now back out to Tetnowski. Guzman dribbles from the wing to the other wing and finds Tetnowski. Now she goes back to Guzman. Walsh dribbles inside, loses the ball as he goes right near our press box, out of play.
It's a generous labeling of our table right here. How's everybody doing?
Fortunately, none of the equipment has been hit thus far as Ayoub comes up with the interception. Ayoub receives the pass, scoops it up and off the glass. Zoe Ayoub with 6. And it's now a 17-point lead for the Cougars as we have a whistle. And it's a foul going against Carolina Hetty. Her third, team's first. Michaels has it on the wing, gets it back to Guzman. trying to find Walsh inside, but intercepted by Schultes. Ayub dribbles the other way, finds Benz down low, who lays it up and off the glass. Cameron Benz with 17 points as she closes in on 1,000 for her career. She needs 4 to reach the quadruple mark. Another interception, this time it's Camelia Aguilar. Aguilar finds Schultes down low, and Onakluga blocks the shot. Guzman crosses the timeline. She comes from left to right. Guzman trying to take it herself, and she's found on her way to the basket. It'll be Dana Schultes who picks up her second foul as we have one more look.
Another big-time block down low by Onakluga. She has been a force defensively for this Tartan team.
Bell at the line shooting 2. Sorry, Guzman shooting 2. She makes the first. Guzman in the season, now 23 free throws made. This to make it 24. Got it. 2 for 2 at the line for Harley Guzman, who also plays lacrosse here at Stuart. Schultes off the foul, dreams the long 2, and it's back out. Now to a 19-point lead, the largest of the day for the Cougars.
And Montgomery just cannot miss. Everything working well for them offensively.
Guzman, nice dribble. The floater is off the glass, and it looks like Aguilar picked up the rebound but stepped out of bounds. Stuart will have it with 3:30 left in the third. Tetnowski, another field hockey player, works it out to Flynn on the wing. Guzman, now to Tetnowski near the corner. And the pass intercepted by Benz. The outlet transition to Ayub. Ayub with the layup. And again, Zoe Ayub with another layup for the Cougars. She has 8. 3 minutes to go in the third. Some sloppy play here, but eventually it's Maddie Michaels who puts the layup in for 2. But Guzman with the steal, her shot blocked at the other end by Benz. Benz all alone, short shot, gets her own miss, puts it up, and she'll go to the line shooting 2. Foul's going to go on Harlan Bell, her first, as Cameron Benz looks to make this a 21-point lead at most.
I think the acoustics in the small gym favor your booming voice, Matt.
So Benz knocks down the free throw. It's now a 20-point lead for Montgomery, looking for just their 5th win of the season and their first winning streak of 2014-15. Another steal by the Cougars. This time it's Schultes. Out to Ayub near the corner. Her pass tipped by Flynn as Benz works it back across the timeline just in time. That's going to be a 3, a little too strong from Geary. Schultes picks up the rebound. Ayub feeds her way, finds 2 defenders, and gets fouled by Harlan Bell.
Still a lot of fight in this Stuart team. I know the deficit keeps growing, but you wouldn't be able to tell by the way that they're playing, because they're playing extremely hard as they have the entire game. So we have another timeout here from Justin Leith. Minute 47 to go here in the third quarter. And as far as adjustments that need to be made, it's going to be tough because Montgomery is basically hitting on every single one of their opportunities. So Stuart needs to be a little bit more careful with the basketball, of course, again, and take advantage of some of the opportunities that they have down low. Maybe if they can stretch it out a little bit, get some more threes to try to cut into this deficit. But we still has to be kind of a possession-by-possession game here, try to chip away at such a big lead.
Not a whole lot of time left for the Tartans to get back into this one. Obviously, Montgomery with the big advantage in size. Cameron Ben's at 6'3". Some other players around 5'10", 5'8", 5'9". Stuart, not a whole lot of depth when it comes to their height.
Yeah, Montgomery definitely has the height advantage, and they've been converting on pretty much everything. So it's been a good game plan. It's been well executed, and their hustle has been phenomenal. Both sides of the ball, the hustle and the energy and the effort, you really can't question.
It'll be Stuart ball with 1:47 left here in the third. Flynn to inbound to Guzman. Flynn up top, works it out to Titnowski. Now the passing game is happening, and the two by Michaels is a little too strong. Iha Thadakura, number 10, is in the game for the first time for Montgomery. Hope I got her name right there. Hetty to Geary, who split two defenders, but took too many steps. And now the full court press for Montgomery as Guzman feeds the outlet pass to Michaels. And her pass broken up and intercepted by Caroline Hetty. Geary, baseline J, swish. Allison Geary with 12 points in this one. And now, as we get a traveling violation, Montgomery is out to their largest lead of the game at 22. Aguilar to Ayub, whose shot is blocked. It looked like that was Michaels in the block. We get a whistle and a foul call against Montgomery.
Nice defensive play by Michaels. And then drawing the foul against. That's a double big-time play.
We get a jump ball as Thonakura gets her hands in to who I believe was Harley Guzman. Possession arrow favors Stuart with under a minute left here in the third quarter. Bell out to Flynn, now Titnowski. Virginia Flynn back to Rose Titnowski. Baseline pass intended from Michaels goes off the hands of Hetty. And Stuart will have it with 35 seconds left here in the third. Guzman to Michaels. That should be a two. It's short. And it's rebounded by Schultes. 23 seconds left here in the third as the clock winds down. Geary tried to find a teammate, but her pass was broken out by Guzman. Guzman to Titnowski. A short two is in for Rose Titnowski, who gets her first field goal of the game. Guzman, another steal. Titnowski, another two. And Titnowski is over her season average. Give her 4.
And that's the kind of effort that the Stuart team needs. They're down now 18, but able to get it under 20, keep chipping away. That kind of effort is what leads to quick baskets and what leads to the ability to get back into a game like this.
So the third quarter comes to an end. Still a lot of work to do for Coach Justin Leith and his squad, down by 18 points. A 19-10 outburst that time for Montgomery as they look to put this one away here in Princeton. Cameron Benz closing in on 1,000 for her career. She has 18 thus far. She needs 3 more to reach the quadruple mark. And we do expect head coach Megan Pisani to call a timeout. Well, as we've mentioned early on, this is Stuart's final regular season game before they enter county play. Now, following county play, there's actually 2 more regular season games left on their schedule. But looking at the MCT, Stuart listed as the number 9 seed, going to play at Robbinsville tomorrow evening. The winner of that game, the 8-9 matchup, will face the winner of the 1/16 matchup between the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame and the North Stars of Nottingham. Nottingham got into the tournament by virtue of a 29-23 play-in victory over Hightstown High School, who finished the season at 1-16.
Did they play 4 quarters in that game?
A very low-scoring affair in Nottingham back on Tuesday. And that pass intended for Thonakira goes out of bounds, and Stuart will have it 10 seconds into the fourth, and what we do expect to be the final quarter. Tetnowski, excellent defense from Thonakira as she fights that ball and throws it out of play by the scorer's table. Tetnowski, and there's Thonakira again, this time forcing a turnover.
She is just an absolute pest defensively, and she is annoying the daylights out of this Stuart team, but she's doing a great job for Montgomery. Being able to get in everybody's face, get a hand on ball. She's very aggressive.
Thonakira, who doesn't see a whole lot of playing time, coming up defensively and showing why she could become a part of the starting lineup for the Cougars in the near future. Here comes Stuart the other way. It's Tetnowski out to Flynn. Guzman on the drive, kicks it out to Bell in near the corner. Flynn nearly lost the handle, and she stepped over the timeline. That's actually going to be a traveling violation on Virginia Flynn. And now Virginia Flynn is going to hit the bench. Coming back in the game for her is Kate Walsh. The 2 from Hetty off the top of the backboard stays in play, and it's out of bounds. Last touch, Tartans. They swing it around. Geary takes a long 2 from about 14 feet out, and the rebound by Walsh. Guzman in transition, shot no good. The foul should be against Thonakira. And indeed it will be. Neha Thonakira commits her first personal. And now Guzman at the line for 2. And knocks the first rainbow arcing 3. Free throw, rather, I should say. We're going to have a substitution as Camelia Aguilar, will check out for Elise Randolph, number 20 in green, making her first appearance of the game.
I don't know, Matt, but
what?
I feel like Benz might spend the rest of this game on the bench for Montgomery. She can bring home that 1,000th point at home.
Ooh, Schultes with a near 2 right there as the ball took a couple of unfriendly bounces, and Stuart will have possession. Well, in my conversation with Pisani earlier today, she said that she would rather have Benz break 1,000 points in the next home game as Geary knocks down the 2. More beneficial for the team to see her hit 1,000 points at home as Onakuga picks up her own miss and puts it back in.
And the bright spot for Stuart today has been Onakuga and her play offensively and defensively. She's crashed the boards hard the entire game. She's had a couple blocks as well. Guzman also playing her tail off the entire game, getting some great steals and some great opportunities in transition for the Tartans.
Allison Geary checks out of the game for what could be the final time today. Number 15, Dana Schar, SCHAAR. The 5'6" freshman is in for the first time, averaging 2.3 points per contest. 6 minutes to play. Stuart down by 17 as they work the full court press against Montgomery. Schar back out to Hetty from the wing. Hetty drives, dribbles. Thonakira out to Hetty, who at this point is probably one of the best athletes on the court right now for the Cougars. They go inside to Schultes. Her pass broken up by Harlan Bell. And it's another turnover in favor of Stuart, who is actually doing better, forcing turnovers against Montgomery. Guzman feeds it to Walsh across the timeline. Bell inside to Walsh. Walsh picks it up off the glass. And now another steal. Guzman the other way. And we get a foul. Should go against Randolph. And indeed it is for Elise Randolph. That's her first personal. We get a whistle and a quick stoppage of play here. And it looks like Stuart is in the bonus. They are in the 1-1 as Madeline Michaels checks out of the game for Virginia Flynn. More bench players for Montgomery. 21, Sabrina Salazar, and number 4, Sophia Sharpless. It's all bench players for Montgomery now as they look for their first winning streak of the season. And the 1-1 from Guzman is no good. Walsh intercepts the pass. Flynn will try to work it back out, nearly intercepted by Shar, who comes crashing into the hardwood. And the referee saying it's going to be Montgomery ball with 5 minutes left. Now we have a timeout on the court. At this point of the game, Tom, it looks like Cameron Benz is not going to hit 1,000 today, as the team has unloaded the bench players, the players who don't get a lot of playing time, and now here they are trying to finish up the game for the Cougars.
Yeah, but they're going to keep their aggression the same. I think they're going to keep the same style of play, and Stewart's going to try to be as efficient as possible as this game is over. There's a good time to work on things that you struggled with earlier in the game. 15-point deficit, 5 minutes to go, still is possible. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but they're still mathematically in this game, and they can still create turnovers and they can still create buckets. So we'll see how quickly they can score, and you might want to, and they might put a little bit more pressure on Montgomery to put some of the starters back in the game. But we'll see. We'll see what Justin Leaf decides to do. He could unload the bench as well. But either way, the effort from both teams has been outstanding so far here today.
And this could be a good learning experience for these girls as they head into the MCT, playing at Robbinsville tomorrow in the 9-8 matchup, which will begin at 5 p.m. over at Robbinsville High School. The quarterfinals of the MCT taking place tomorrow. The semifinals will take place on February 23rd at Sun National Bank Center in Trenton, with the championship games also taking place at Sun National Bank. And the shot attempt by Randolph is blocked by Stuart. Here come the Tartans the other way with Guzman in tow. Bell rims it, and Madeline Michaels comes up with the rebound. Michaels to Bell, inside for Onakruga, who puts up a shot and gets the friendly bounce to go. Neka Onakruga now with 10. 4 points above her season average. Double team from Onakruga and Michaels as Thodakura keeps it in play. We get a whistle and Thodakura traveled. So now Stuart putting a lot of pressure on Montgomery in the latter minutes of this game. Still not eliminated as Harley Guzman did not call that. She banked it off the glass, and now the Tartans are down by 10.
That's all it takes, a couple turnovers and some conversions on the offensive end and a big-time three.
There's a block. This time it's from Kate Walsh, who blocked the shot of Randolph. Foul going against Randolph, her second personal.
Check out this three from Guzman as she just comes and just pulls the top of the key.
Man.
That was outstanding.
Not exactly the Carly Rice type of threes, but it's pretty close. As you and I only saw one last night, unfortunately.
And we see Ben's back in the game. 3:42 to go.
1-1 for Walsh as she misses it.
I think this might have been a case where Montgomery was going to unload their bench and kind of figured Stuart would do the same, and Justin Lee said, no, we're going to try to go for this win. There's 5 minutes left, and we're not down by that much.
Cameron Benz back in the game. She needs a 3 for 1,000 in her career. 3:18 left. As Ayoub saves it from going across the other side of the timeline. Geary to Benz. Inside they find Salazar, who knocks down the easy 2.
Great look from Benz to find a wide open Salazar. Great ball movement by Montgomery, a really good possession.
3 minutes to play. Stewart still not out of it. Bell out of the double team, works it back out to Guzman. Walsh turns around, finds Bell. This is a 2, it's short. A loose ball bounces off our table, and it'll be Montgomery basketball. Check that Stewart ball. It was last touched by Sabrina Salazar. And Benz intercepts the inbounds play. And here comes Ayoub trying to dribble back out and reset it for the Cougars, who are 2:35 away from their first winning streak of the season. Ayoub knocks down the long 2. Give her 10 on the day. It's a 14-point lead. Another pull-up from Guzman. This one she misses. And Benz comes up with the rebound. Ayoub to Benz. Benz can shoot the 3, but she hasn't shot a lot of them this year, but does have 2 today. Benz guarded by Guzman. And their pass intercepted by Kate Walsh. Another tip. It's from Benz. Let's see what the call is. It's going to be on Cameron Benz, the foul. That'll be her first.
I believe Stewart is in the double bonus, so this will be 2 shots for Guzman.
Yep. And now Cameron Benz has to take a seat. Not sure if it's going to be the final time as Dana Schultes checks back into the game. Double bonus time for Stuart. They're down by 14, and here's Harley Guzman trying to cut the deficit to 12. Check it. They're actually still in the 1-1 bonus as Tom Affoletto with a nice tip back into play. Full court press from Stewart as Ayoub gets fouled by Guzman. It's going to be a push for Harley. If my math is correct, that would be her 3rd. Randolph to inbound. Schultes out to Ayoub. They try to go into a little bit of transition here as Geary now resets. Salazar shot blocked by Neka. Randolph shot blocked by Walsh, and it'll be a turnover in favor of Stuart.
Great defense by the Twin Towers underneath. It was a great possession for the Stuart defense.
Bell for 3, it's short, and Schultes picks it up. 1:17 left. As Montgomery is minutes away from putting this one in the books. Foul going against Harlan Bell, her 3rd. Geary to Randolph, and her pass intercepted by Ona Kruger. One minute to play as Stuart is trying to do all they can as Maddie Michaels gets called for the travel.
Michaels just forgot to dribble as she started moving there.
Ayub receives the inbounds pass. It's Schultes back out to Geary. So this will pretty much do it for Montgomery. It'll be their first winning streak of the season. They've had a tumultuous 2014-15 season, a season plagued by injuries, and a season where they've also played some of the top teams throughout Somerset County. Amongst them include teams like Rutgers Prep, Ridge, Hunterdon Central, and Gill St. Bernard's. An air ball shot from Harlan Bell. Stuart tries to keep it in, but Kate Walsh was already out of bounds when she tried to put the ball back into play.
See, and you just got to love the fight out of the Stewarts. Yeah, I keep talking about it. With 30 seconds to go, they're down 14, and they're still playing as if it's a tie game.
With 25 seconds left, Holly Guzman gets called for the charge. If my math is correct,
it's her fifth foul.
That's her fifth. Okay, so she is out, and Virginia Flynn is back in. Still a good game for Harley Guzman. She finished the game with 2 threes and finishes with 9 points.
It was an awesome effort from Guzman. Defensively, offensively, she had that big-time 3 from the top of the key that got the place rocking, brought them to down 10. But her efforts, not enough here, as Montgomery was really, really efficient all day long as they created a ton of turnovers. They made a ton of shots, shot a very high percentage from the floor.
Allison Geary puts up the finishing touch with the long distance shot.
And as I say that, Geary gets her 17th point of the day. So she had a phenomenal game as well. Offensively, it seemed like everything went well. Everything went right for Montgomery.
And that will do it here from Princeton as Montgomery, the Cougars, not get their first winning streak going of the season. 57-40 our final score, and Tom, as Stuart finishes their final regular season play before county play, what do you expect from them as they go forward?
I expect them to bounce back from this. I expect them to learn from this. You know, it's cliche that you learn more in a loss than you do in a victory. But I think the thing that you can take away from it is the efforts of Onokuga underneath and Guzman as the floor general there at the point guard position and defensively. I think they both had phenomenal games today. And Montgomery had a great, really efficient game. Seemed like everything they shot went in. 18 points from Benz, 17 points from Geary, and 10 from Ayub. On the other side, Guzman finished with 11. Onokuga finished with 12 and 5 blocks, I believe, and also a handful of rebounds too. So she had a great game underneath. So those individual performances, you can build on them. You can build on the effort as well as they go into the Mercer County tournament.
Upcoming schedule for Stuart as they head into the MCT. Second round game at Robbinsville, the 8th seed, tomorrow at 5. Winner of that game will play the winner of Notre Dame-Nottingham, the 1-16 matchup, Monday in the quarterfinal. That game will be played at the higher seed. From there on, they could potentially go to the semifinals at Sun National Bank in six days from now, and then the finals 1 week from tomorrow at Sun National Bank in Trenton. Our final score from Stuart, a 57-40 win for Montgomery. For Tom Monfiletto, Matt Nelson saying so long. We'll see you on Saturday at a place to be determined right here on Strive TV.